They look furious with Mohammad Rizwan. And Rajkumar Sharma saying, I need that environment. No excitement in your place. If I was in Nepal, it would be so noisy right now, I can imagine. Okay, so we're back on YouTube. Welcome back, everyone. Let's open this. Better. Going to be Salman Aga into the crease. And it was Dipendra Singh Airi who brought the breakthrough. We haven't seen it, or I didn't see it live because I was just getting the YouTube back set up. But welcome along. The third wicket has fallen. And Nepal on the Nelson, 111. They're calling a schoolboy error again on the commentary. But this is the brilliance of Dipendra Singh Airi. It's his speed. It's not just the quality of his fielding, but his speed is just extraordinary. We still haven't seen the replay. Hopefully we'll see it now. I don't think he knew. I still haven't seen the replay. Lovely to hear from you, Suman Dalakoti, listening to my audio here and then the Star Sports video. Great shout. Samrat Bagadi saying, missing the goosebumps moments for my commentary. That's very kind, my friend. As Salman tries to sweep that one around the corner. And Nepal have a window in, don't they? They really do. End of the 24th over, the score 112 for 3. We still haven't seen the replay of that run out. And now the YouTube Live is working. Namaste, guys. And what did we say? When a wicket falls, well, the Dakatopi goes on. So here it is. Dakatopi wicket time. There it is. Number 3 down. Can they make me wear this 7 more times? That's the question. Mohammad Rizwan is looking very, very frustrated with himself up in the dressing room. But I will tell you something. Nepal are in this game. Get the topi on. There it is. Right on top. What a moment. 3 down. Whatever happens from here, Nepal have shown for me already that they belong at this level, as Rajbanshi is going to continue into his 6th over. What a moment. Really hope they give us the replay of that run out again. Because I just didn't see what happened the first time. Samra Pagadi, that's very kind. Enjoying the Star Sports coverage and taking my commentary live. We've got nearly 1,000 people watching live on Facebook, over 100 now coming on YouTube. As Dipendra Singh Airi is everywhere. He fields again. And here's the replay. Here we go. Okay, so it was a quick single. He's just jogged it. I don't think he realized the throw was coming to. Oh, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable from Dipendra Singh Airi. He has run around the ball. He's come with incredible dexterity and agility to get around it, pick it up and throw it in one motion. I don't think Mohammad Rizwan was even aware the throw could go to his end. Such was the brilliance of Dipendra Singh Airi. And if you haven't seen that run out in the GT20 and you haven't seen that run out right now, well, if you needed convincing before that, he's just proving his case. For me, best fielder in the world, bar none. I'm calling it now. And what a moment. Nepal have a moment of magic here on the opening day of the Asia Cup. And oh, the goosebumps. I'm getting the goosebumps going here. Can you see them? Incredible. 3 down for Nepal. And they'll be delighted with this start. Approaching the halfway stage as Salman looks for the reverse sweep but can't get Rajbanshi away. No slip in place. Final ball of the 25th over upcoming. I think Rizwan tried to get out of the way of the throw. Well, you can call it lazy running, but the athleticism of Airi there. Oh, different gravy. Unbelievable. Quite unbelievable. I cannot wait to see that clipped up. And I really hope the commentary does it justice as well. I'm sure it will. As Airi again. Oh, he is everywhere. He is literally everywhere. This was hit 15 yards to his right, picked up one-handed. And I think he would have been home even if the direct hit. But again, Airi, he is not just a live wire. He is simply, for me, the best in the world. And, well, the commentary says he made it safely, but I think that was close. The initial call was, I don't think Rizwan is in trouble. And Dipendra Singh Airi, different, just a completely different animal, a different level. So, welcome along. We're the halfway stage of the first innings. It's game day 1 of the Asia Cup. It's Nepal's historic debut. Who knows? Is there now dreams of getting through this group with Pakistan and India, getting to the Super 4? Maybe a bit early to say that, but certainly they're showing that they can compete, Nepal. Great to hear from you all. Tell me where you're watching from and where you're enjoying the action from. Hopefully the stream is a bit better now on YouTube. Can someone let me know in the chat? Is the stream better quality this time on YouTube, guys? Lovely to hear from you all. Diwesh Parajuli, watching on from Nepal. Samra Pagadi saying lots of love from Nepal to the Taklu Dai. For those who don't know what Taklu Dai is the Nepali word for bald, which is very much me. And Dai is elder brother. As Lamachani continues, driven down nicely by Salman for a single. Lovely to hear from Shiva Hari Timilsina. From Buan Bati, says Irie the Tiger. Couldn't agree more. Oh, what a supreme piece of fielding of the highest quality. 2 run-outs of the 3 wickets so far. If Lamachani can get into the game, I'll tell you something. They're in this contest in a big way. This one's cut away. The sweeper should be able to cut that off, keep it to a single. Nice to hear from Nissan Garung, watching on from Poland. That's where my sister-in-law is from. My brother is married to a Polish woman. Big shout out to Adriana. Somebody asking why is Dev Canal not in the squad? A lot of competition at the moment for places. It's a very impressive Nepali side. This one dragged down. Came off a little bit of a leading edge, not where Salman intended it at all, but maybe 8-10 yards in front of Karen KC. Nepal look as though they're in this contest right now. And I am buzzing here, I have to say. Comments flooding in. What's everyone saying? Rabin Treshter watching on from England says, come on, Nepal. Rejmi Manish says he wants Sandeep to take the wicket of Babar. I think every Nepali fan would like that to happen. Love from Nepal says Banu, nice to hear from you. Rajendra watching on from South Korea. Diraj Garung watching on from Australia. Bikash Bafel says watching on from the High Voltage Lab in Kathmandu University. Is that the Tribhuvan University that you're at? Arjun Damala says respect. Nice to hear from you, mate. Samrat Bagadi saying you are the Nepali Vin Diesel, Taklu Dai. I am nowhere near A, as good looking as Vin Diesel, B, as muscly as Vin Diesel, or C, as charismatic as Vin Diesel. But I'll very much take the compliment. That's very kind. Phanindra Dahal, lovely to hear from you. Who else is watching on? So many comments coming in, hard to keep up with them. Subas Vaznet, lovely to hear from you. That's a very nice message. Thank you. Dependra Naponi watching on from South Korea. Regmi asking he would have preferred Arjun Saud in place of Asif. Don't agree with that. I think Asif Sheikh had to retain his place as we get to the end of the 26th over, getting a lovely drone shot of the Multan Stadium there. Looks like a beautiful green city in the background. Haven't been to Multan, 120 for 3 the score. Santosh watching on from South Korea. Nice to hear from Hikmat on the YouTube live stream. Watching on from Nepal. If you consider looking Pakistan fans as well, as Rajbanshi is going to continue. He's going to bowl his 7th. And use of the feet from Babar Azam, but Rajbanshi's control is just so impressive. Suman Simkata watching on from Germany. Hi Lenny, hello mate, nice to see you. Sushit Kurla saying, do I think that luck favours Nepal? Diraj Garang watching on from Australia. Rajbanshi in for his 2nd delivery. That's beautifully played. One of the things you see with Babar Azam, his brilliance is in the way he manipulates the ball. So there, it looked like a good length delivery, but he's pressed forward, read the length as being a tiny bit shorter, went deep in the crease, and just manipulated it between the cover and the point fielder with beautiful wrists. Still comes out of the middle of the bat, but he looks in such control, and he's just 2 away from another ODI 50. But Rajbanshi right on the money. Not a lot of turn, but his control is different level. Great to hear from Suresh Barley. He's asking where I am right now. I'm at the Phoenix Cricket Club here in Dublin in Ireland. I'm about to play a game today. Commentators on air at the moment. Deep Das Gupta, Amir Sahel and Wakar Yunus. And you're joining me in the live watch along. Samra Pagadi says, I want to be Nepali, Irish Taklu Dai. I don't know what that means, but maybe do you want me to be Nepali? I am Nepali. I'm Nepali in spirit, in my heart. No doubt about that. So into the 27th over, just 2 singles from this over. Lalit Singh asking, can we see the screen? I'll get in. I think my stream will get taken down if I show it. I'll give you a quick look at it now. As Rajbanshi bowls a lovely arm ball. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching it on the official BT Sport live stream. You can see all the words are reversed because the camera mirrors it. Phanindra Dahal is asking, what will Pakistan's maximum score be today? Why are the Pakistani batters not hitting for 6? Good question. Also nice to hear from someone watching on from Macau out in the Far East. End of the 27th over, 1-2-2 for 3. Phanindra, to get to your question, I think the reason they're not looking for 6s right now is they have a lot of time to bat still, more than 20 overs to go. But in addition to that, Nepal's bowlers are bowling so well, so controlled, that they aren't offering really any opportunities. A couple of times we've seen the bowlers try to use their feet to the spinners, particularly to Irie and Rajbanshi. Rajbanshi's bowled 7, going for just 28. Lamachani bowled 6 overs, number 30, and Irie's gone for 21 from his 4. So those 3 spinners have controlled things nicely. Obviously, there's an option as well to get, maybe think about bringing Kushal Malla into the attack, extend the number of spinners. Just the 2 overs so far for Gulshan Jah. He probably won't bowl his allocation, and 4 for Kami and KC. Remember the issues for Nepal at the death with their death bowling. That's been a consistent thing in recent times. For now, Lamachani's going to continue, and he was unfortunate there. It was a sharp spinning leg break that Salman looked to sweep, but he got probably nothing on it. Yeah, I think it's flicked off the hip in the end. Good turn, a little bit of drift in and turn away from the right-hander brings Babar Azam back on to strike. He's on 48, looking towards another ODI 50. Look at his career numbers. Averaging 58 in ODI cricket. Sensational. Oh, beautiful leg break. But again, the manipulation, this time off the front foot on show from Babar Azam, who moves to 49 with the single. So more questions coming in. Hope that answers your question, Phanindra. Navneet Paddy saying he's muting the TV audio and listening to me live. That's very kind of you. We'll hopefully try and do this again for the full game against India. I'm going to be tired that day doing all 100 overs. But yeah, can only do the first innings today because I'm playing a game of cricket today. Oh, so nearly. Little bit flatter this time from Lamachani, and Salman is not reading Lamachani well. It's skidded on rather than turned sharply like the previous leg break, and it very nearly chopped onto the stumps, just went down in front of the off stump. Again, a look at the bowling card here, and 6 bowlers used thus far. No Kushal Malla yet. Crowd continues to come in. This time a leg break that's punched to Dipendra Singh Irie, who does the work again at cover. What a fielder he is. Prakash Lawati watching on from Ireland in Cork. Lovely to hear from you, Daju, and namaste to you. Samra Pagadi says, I want to see you back in Ireland team playing while Nepal are chanting the tackle. I don't think I'd make that Irish team. That's the googly. Gone! Number 4, and it's hit to Kushal Bertel. Salman was nowhere against Lamachani. And Nepal have 4, and they are in this game in a big way. And Salman, who just looked, well, the Nepal flags are flying again in the crowd. A good catch held by Kushal Bertel, a backward point. He looked for the reverse sweep. It was a leg break that was speared in, but it's gone, well, not straight to Kushal Bertel, but Bertel dives forward to take a tumbling catch. And Salman can only look back at his captain and say, what have I done? He's gone for 5 from 14. Nepal are in this game, and now sensing an upset. Pakistan 1-2-4 for 4 in the 28th. Game on here in Multan, and a very concerned looking Mickey Arthur on the screen. Big moment, and it's Lamachani, the fastest ever to 100 ODI wickets, who makes the breakthrough. And Nepal, well, is now the time to start dreaming big and start dreaming of what would be the most incredible result, the most incredible upset. Quite unbelievable even to be thinking of it. This is the number 1 ranked side in the world. And somehow Nepal, well, no surprise actually, they're putting it up to them in a big way. Extraordinary stuff from Nepal. So glad that they bowled first. I thought yesterday in my preview of the game that was the key, but interestingly, they didn't win the toss. It was Pakistan who chose to bat first. It's going to bring the new batter to the crease. In comes Iftikhar Ahmed. Just a couple of days shy of his 33rd birthday, 32-year-old. Lovely to hear from you all, and everyone's pumped up about that 4th wicket. The fielder is getting huge praise from the commentators, and rightly so now. People wanting Monty Decide to come into the live. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's busy right now. And Mohammed Rizwan is getting some fairly interesting body language, let's put it that way, from the head coach of Pakistan, Mickey Arthur, who can't even look at him. So annoyed with that run out. Googly out of the back of the hand. Could be a run out chance. Oh, Rajbanshi not quite quick enough at short 45. End of the 28th over. It's a wicket taking one. Pakistan 125 for 4. And very much game on here in Multan. This is brilliant. Brilliant stuff from Nepal. Hope you're enjoying the YouTube live watch along. Oh, Dhaka Topi time. Rajendra Bandri, you're right. Sorry, I forgot. 4th wicket. Okay, there it is. Get the Dhaka Topi on. It's wicket time. Wicket number 4. It's gone to Sandeep Lamachani. I nearly forgot. But the Dhaka Topi is going to go on every time Nepal get a wicket. That's the national hat of Nepal. And look at that. Lovely cheer from Sharma Lamachani. And thank you for reminding me. Every time a wicket falls, the Dhaka Topi is going to come on. I'll give a good namaste for Nepal. Superb. Absolutely superb. They're doing their country absolutely so proud of the boys. Knew they would do the country proud. Change of bowling. Karen KC to come back into the attack. I think this is probably a good move. Iftikhar Ahmed certainly maybe the most powerful hitter that we see in the Pakistan lineup. There's plenty of batting to come to. Lovely to hear from Ranjan and watching on from Kathmandu. Who else is enjoying the action? Ashim Karel. Karen KC in for his 5th over. This is a good move. I think the reason why, as 50 comes up for Babar Azam, his landmark barely celebrated, really. In fact, it's not yet. Sorry, that was Iftikhar Ahmed. The helmets are confusing me. Difficult to keep going with a live chat. Watch the game. Also know exactly what's going on. He's 49 not out. He's looking for what would be a 3rd consecutive 50, having made back-to-back 50s against Afghanistan in that preparatory series, the 3-match series that Pakistan did win 3-0, but really only by some pretty bare margins, particularly in the second game. Afghanistan took the dreaded man-cat out at one point, as that now will be 50 and will be celebrated accordingly. In fact, he's going to pick up a couple to get to the landmark. It's his 29th one-day international 50 to go alongside the 18 centuries that Babar Azam has made. He's in a class of his own, the Pakistan captain, and he gets warm applause from the bench. It's been a cautious innings, come off 72 deliveries, a strike rate of 71, but understandably so, as right now they are in a little bit of trouble. Just going to try and see if we can... yeah, there we go. You're gone for a little bit. Please don't spam the chat if you can. It would help me because I can then keep up with all the different ones. Gautam Giri says Iftikhar looks around 40. One more look at the wicket here from Lamachani. Yeah, beautiful. It was kind of a little, probably the top spinner, if anything, maybe a leg spinner a little bit out of the front of the hand. Great catch from Kushal Bertel. Nepal look really confident and comfortable on the world stage. I think the Zimbabwe experience will have stood them in such brilliant stead. This isn't to say that the batters might not get blitzed away. Oh, that's a glorious on drive. Shot of the day. Definitely the shot of the day. Over pitch by Karen KC, only 128 kilometers an hour. And that is a thing of beauty from Babar Azam. Oh, such a special stroke. Did not try to overhit. Sort of clipped away. Wobble seam from KC. And oh, that is a thing of beauty. Definitely over pitch, but the quality of the shot, different gravy. Bikash Kafla is saying Nepal is playing with great dedication. Reminds me of that UAE game. In Kurdapur, chipped and dropped. Massive moment. Karen KC has put down Pakistan's captain. It wasn't easy. It came swiftly. Now, he's calling it half a chance. I think it was more than that. I think this could well have been taken. It was full. It was driven. Didn't come out of the middle. Oh, it could easily have been taken. It happens quickly for any fast bowler. But what a moment in the game. I have to get my notes out to note the second drop catch. The first one was in the 5th over. 28.5. Babar Azam dropped on 55 by Karen KC off his own bowling. If that could have been taken, Pakistan would have been 132 for 5 and in all sorts of trouble. But instead, it's 133 for 4, and Babar Azam survives. He has a life massive, massive moment in the game. It really is great to see everyone tuning in. BJ Pathak, Samarpan Lama, Rajesh Patel, Pratima Basnet, and all those comments coming in on Facebook, on YouTube. Nice to hear from the Suman, Niraj Bhatt, NYZ42, Rabin Trestra. Big moment of the game. Massive moment in the game. That drop chance. As the Nepal flag is flying very proudly. I'll show you that quickly on the Facebook live stream at least. Look at that. The Dhaka topi there as well. Not as stylish as my one, I will say. As Ladit Rajbanshi is going to return. Big miss, Niraj Barai says. One more look at it. Oh, just dipped in him. Wonder could he have gone towards it a little bit more committed. It all happened so quickly though. Complete anguish is right for Karen KC. He knows how big a moment that was. But Nepal are putting it up to the world's #1 side as Ladit Rajbanshi is going to replace Sandeep Lamachani in the 30th over. Pakistan still hovering around that 4.5, 4.6 run rate, which has been consistent. They haven't really picked up many big overs, haven't hit a maximum yet. In fact, just 16 boundary 4s thus far. Nepal showing they belong at this level. Nice to hear from you, Saksham Napani. Big shot now attempted. And he gets plenty of it. Just one bounce over the rope towards the ball boy who fields very nicely. Big gap out there on the leg side between deep mid-wicket and long on. So he's got, as soon as he gets it over the head of the man at mid-wicket, haven't seen much turn at all. A little bit across the line from Azam. I don't think Rajbanshi should mind this too much. Obviously, it's a good shot. It is 4. But there is risk there. And certainly, Rajbanshi just rubbing his hands through his hair. He thought he had a chance. Robbie Al asking, have I tried Nawari cuisine? I have indeed. I tried that probably my second last day in Nepal, where I was most recently during the Asia Cup qualifier. There, the day of the washout, I got brought by 2 of my great friends, 2 journalists, Sebastian Mangain, and one of the other guys brought me to this beautiful place up towards, it was in Lalipur, down one of the back alleys, really the traditional way. You sit down and, actually, why don't I show you a photo of that? I'm pretty sure I have that photo. Let me just see if I can get you that photo. It was beautiful, the food. This time it's held back by Rajbanshi. Clever bowling. Big shout out as well to Paul Radley, who's on the ground there in Multan. Give him a follow over on his Twitter if you can. Rajbanshi in for his 5th delivery of his 8th over. Again, another dot. That's really good. Yeah, Paul Radley, brilliant. Just giving out about Pakistan's fielding. And there's a live blog there in the national newspaper. All the way from the UK, Pakistan's into bad, says the sign in the crowd. As Rajbanshi's helped away for 1 to close out the 30th over. Approaching the second drinks break. I'll take a much needed break at that point too. That'll be in about 10 minutes time. Pakistan 139 for 4. And great to hear from everyone enjoying the action. Okay, what am I showing you here? I've got to find the Binod Pandey was the other one. I've got to find that photo for you. Binod Pandey and Subhas Mungang brought me for that Nawari cuisine. Let me see if I can find it for you. It was the 1st of May, wasn't it? So hopefully you should be able to find that pretty quick. Give you a look at this photo here. It was really good, the food. I love everything about Kathmandu, though. What a city. Mainly the people, but just the the place and everything about it. Okay, let's see if I can find you this photo. Where is it? Oh, there's my dentist in Nepal who was looking after me. Actually, Paul Radley's in this photo as well, isn't he? So there we are. There you can see the lads. That's Sivasumungen and Binal Pandey, joined by Paul Radley, who's not my brother, although we are both very much follically challenged. We've got the little beard going on. So there it is, yeah. And that was our Nawari cuisine. So 30 overs gone. Projected score now 232. The current score 139 for 4. People are asking, Sagar is asking where I am right now. I'm in the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin, in Ireland. And I'm all set for a Pakistan versus Ireland game. Won't be able to do the second innings commentary, sadly, but I will be watching in between playing. I'm going to see if I can show you a little bit of the ground. Founded in 1830, this beautiful cricket ground here in Dublin. As Karen KC comes in, it's a very good length and can't beat the man at extra cover for another dot ball. Yeah, what else have I got for you? Deepak Sharma watching on from Australia. Sagar Timilsina's got the television on mute and listening to me. It's very kind, mate. Let's hope we can will in a 5th wicket for Nepal. Such an amazing story, this Nepal team, and what Monty Desai has done since he came in as head coach under the captaincy of Rohit Paudel, who I think the world of as a young leader. What a big moment in the game there, that drop catch. Dropping. Just looking at all 4 wickets now to fall. The first from Fakhar Zaman, driving away from his body. Excellent tumbling take from Asif Sheikh. Then the run out of Rohit Paudel. Different gravy. Very misjudged single from Iman, you'd have to say. And then this brilliance. I don't have the words to describe Dipender Singh Airi's athleticism there. To run around it, pick it up reverse-handed, and release in one motion. And then Lamachani pumps the chest, kisses, and points to the sky as he gets his first. So they're the 4 wickets to fall. 139 for 4 the score in the 31st. KC started nicely here against Iftikhar, who's getting bogged down. 3 consecutive dots. Babar Azam, well, an awful lot looks to be lying on his shoulders. Utsav Acharya, shout out for you. Nice to hear from you. James Bam says Jai Nepal. Nice to hear from BJ Pathak. Sagar's watching on from the USA. Nice to hear from you. Arjun Thapa watching on the YouTube live stream as well. 6 bowlers used, still no sign of Kushal Malla. Probably won't be used. But a massive moment with the drop catch of Babar from Karen KC in the previous over. A little off cutter, beautiful bowling. 4 consecutive dots. Pressure building on Iftikhar, just like it was on Salman. I wonder would there be a temptation? Getting another look at the drop catch here. He came quickly, but it was a definite, just came to his left at a nice catchable height, right around almost his pocket height. And he just knew Babar Azam didn't look happy with himself giving away the chance. 4 consecutive dots. Something's got to give here. What's Iftikhar going to do? Well, he cuts it away and cuts it quickly. And another misfield in the deep. This time Sampal Kami wasn't easy, but maybe should have cut that off. You felt something was going to happen. And it wasn't necessarily bad delivery, just a little bit of width. And that has meant that Iftikhar is able to get his first boundary, cut away down towards deep third. As a big hello to Nadabar Khatri, who's watching on from Bhaktapur. Pradamos says Jai Nepal. And Aaron asking how I am. I'm really good, loving watching this game. Just hoping for a couple more wickets. I'd love a total under 260. I think under 260 Nepal are in this game. But you have to remember Iftikhar Ahmed, that strike rate against pace over 116. It's a good over though. Just the boundary from it. A dot ball closes out. Karen KC's second comeback over. 31 have been bowled. Pakistan 143 for 4. So great to have you all with me here on this YouTube and Facebook. YouTube here, Facebook here. Live watch along. Sushit Karla watching on from Ireland. Which part of Ireland are you in, Sushit? Suman Damala says, Namaskar. Namaskar to you, my friend. Some dancing in the crowd from the Pakistan fans, but I think if Babar Azam gets out, they won't be dancing too much more. Brilliant bowling, says Deepak Dalakati. Bipin Pokral says, much love from Nepal. Sagar Timilsina. So far, so good from Nepal. I'd agree with that. Chandra Kadka watching on says namaste, namaste to you guys. Yeah, certainly. I think that the whole performance thus far is, well, it's just showing the rich potential that Nepal have. I think some fans were maybe a little bit disappointed down in Zimbabwe. Excuse me, but I thought they learned so much there, and it was clearly identified what it was that were kind of the shortcomings, if you will, of the team, and that really was a shortcoming against express pace bowling, and the express pace, particularly the short ball, that caused the problems. Lovely to hear from. Oh, thank you for the stars, Mandil Basnet. Still don't quite know what that means, but very kind of you to send those. Sandeep watching on from South Korea. Nadabar Khatri asks, how much chance do I think there is for Nepal winning against the number one side? Well, I don't want to talk about bookmakers or gambling too much, but I did have a look last night. And on one website, Nepal were 40-1, which is very similar to the odds of Buster Douglas against Mike Tyson, which they call the greatest upset in, well, certainly in boxing history, maybe in sporting history. So a 2-horse race that was. And Buster Douglas was 42-1. That was Nepal's chance coming into today by the experts' views. But right now, it's game on. And the reason it's game on, it looks a very flat wicket. It doesn't look to be a huge amount in it for the spinners. There is a bit of pace in it, perhaps, as this one swept nicely around the corner. Oh, that's a shot of real class. Elegant and brilliant from Babar Azam. It was the quicker arm ball from Raj Banshi, and he's just got down on one knee. And because there's no man at 45, he gets that away for 4. Thanks again for the 50 stars. Very kind. Kunwar Manju says, thanks for your unconditional support. Thank you for your support on watching and enjoying the YouTube live watch-along, watching on from the USA. Utsav Acharya looking for me to say your name again. Happy to do that, Utsav, no problem. Nagendra Joshi watching on from Texas. Rabiel saying that Conor McGregor should be watching this match. I don't think Conor McGregor is a big cricket fan, as far as I'm aware. Babar Azam looks to repeat the shot again. No short 45 in place on the leg side. Not out of the middle this time, but should pick up a couple. In fact, they're going to get back for 3, so the 4 followed by 3 runs. Nice here from Prasad Kanel. Sagar Timelsin is saying Nepal is missing a super fast bowler. They do miss that yard of extreme pace. Buambata saying want the wicket of Babar. Yeah, definitely need the wicket of Babar. They had the chance though, didn't they? Just seeing if I can find the exact score. There it is now. End of the 32nd, 152 for 4. As we get to the end of that over. 150 does come up indeed. So just taking a look at the highlights now of Babar Azam's innings. 69 not out he is. Thanks so much, Mandil. It's really kind of you, mate. Chelsea says, please wear the Dakotopia. I can't. This can only go on when we get a wicket, when Nepal pick up wickets. As soon as it does, someone remind me, it's going straight on. We'll look at the wagon wheel now of Babar Azam. He's batted beautifully. All of those boundaries, bar the one into the offside, came into the leg side. Rajendra watching on from Kentucky. Amazing, the Nepali diaspora in Australia, in America, all around the world, in Europe. And lovely to hear from which part of the world you're enjoying this YouTube and Facebook Live watch along from. And thanks so much for all your support. Really, really appreciate it. I can't put on the Dakotopia yet, Tom. It's only for the wickets. We're going to stick it on when a wicket comes for Nepal. So cheer one in. Sampal Kami is going to come back into the attack now. As he starts right on the money to Babar Azam, who's now moved to 69. Iftikhar Ahmed, 8 off 13. Current run rate, 4.7. The longer that can stay under 5 runs per over, the longer that Nepal will stay in this game. Anything in and around 250, they're in this contest. Now, from here, to restrict them to 250 would be a huge effort. But even under 280, certainly for me would be advantage to Nepal in terms of how the first innings has gone. Pakistan will still be overall favourites because of that pace attack, but we've seen Nepal's batting be much more consistent as this comes off an outside edge. As no fielders in the slipper in the gully region. So, single that time down to Karen KC. Very humid, very hot. The commentary team is telling us 37 degrees is the torque. Lovely to hear from Manish and Bishal and Roshan, Pramatapa, Amrana. Very kind. Thank you for those lovely messages. Jivan as well. Jivan Papa Magar, who's watching on the YouTube live stream. This one's hit straight to Dipender Singh Airi. And I've called him the best fielder in the world. He misfields it. Goes through his legs. And he's going to concede a couple. I think the heat is certainly playing a factor. And Rohit Paudel, you just look complacent. He's almost nutmegged himself, Dipender Singh Airi. He can't believe it. He's pulled off one of the most incredible runouts you'll ever see, and he's just let one right through his legs. So from the sublime to the ridiculous, Dipender Singh Airi can't quite believe it. Few little fumbles in the field as Airi needs to bounce back from that one. This one's hit away to the man. The sweeper at the deep will just be a single. What do you think of the game so far? Are you enjoying the action? Historic scenes for Nepali cricket. Rohit Paudel urging his troops on. Karen KC holding his hands to his head. Sampal Kambi sticking the tongue out. Brilliant scenes, these. Nepal, they've lit up this tournament on day one. Samrat Bagati's watching on from the TU International Cricket Ground. Is there a crowd there? Or sorry, you're watching from the Tribhuvan University, I think. Is that what you mean? Is there many people watching the game? What's going on in Kathmandu? Oh, Airi can't quite get to this one. Another single into the offside. Gulshan Jah, the cover sweeper, tidies up. We may have a drinks break after this over. Much needed drinks break for me. As it's difficult to talk for 3 hours straight. First time I've done this. Pranit Bhatta. Lovely to hear from you. Regmi asking, should Arjun Said be in the team? I like the 11 they've gone with. I think it's the correct team for Nepal. Driven, but straight back into the stumps. Powerfully and elegantly played, but it cannons in and lights up the Zing Bales as it will close out a 5-run over. A little bit of fortune there for Nepal and bring about that second drinks break. Time for a break here for me. Stay with me on the 2 live streams. And it is the score at that second drinks break, 157 for 4. Cheers, guys. See you in a couple of minutes. Okay, we are back live after a very short drinks break, a badly needed one. And great to be with you again for the 34th over. Kushal Bertel is coming to the attack. Little rogue wild card pulled by the captain, but of course he's fresh from that. Was it a 6-wicket haul he took the day after I left? He starts short and wide, cut away from his third delivery for 4. Pretty friendly little leg breaks. What did he do? He took 6 for 40, didn't he, against the UAE, including that innings of 70. But a big difference in terms of the quality of the batting lineups between the UAE's A team. That was at the Emerging Teams Cup. I was there in Sri Lanka, but then I had to leave to get to Edinburgh for the T20 World Cup qualifier. Better leg break this time. Robert Powell, excellent in the field at mid-wicket. We've got 16 overs to go after this one. Just seeing some analysis from the Hawkeye graphics here of the lengths that the Nepal spinners have hit. Generally very good. Nothing too short. Bertel on the money. This Iftikhar goes down the ground for a single. So welcome back. and great to have just hearing from a Phoenix member who's getting me lunch. So kind. We're here at the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin. This YouTube watch along. This one swept around the going to be for not a good line from Kushal Bertel. That experiment of going to the part-time bowler, it's gone for 10 runs. I'm not sure whether that was the right call, I'll have to say, as Iftikhar Ahmed and Babar Azam are helping themselves and Bill. Lovely to hear the comments coming in all over YouTube and Facebook. Let's get some of those. Hold on, I've lost the chat. There it is there. Okay, Vinik watching on from Portugal. Arjun Bada says, hello, Taklu Dai, namaste, Nepal. I'm going to try and read this in Nepali. Jitski Google, the probability made that takte. Not great, but hopefully thereabouts. Rupendra Bodri watching. Okay, Sampal Kami dispatched the first maximum. Iftikhar Ahmed, we know he's a dangerous hitter, and Pakistan are now going to press the accelerator. They really are. 10 runs from the previous over and a maximum from the first ball of the 35th. All of a sudden, 300 plus, very much on the cards. That run up above 5 runs per over, just a bit short, back of a length. And yeah, too easy for Iftikhar Ahmed. Just wonder have Nepal just lost their way a touch here. Not sure that Bertel was the right call. 61 meters. $16 overs remain. And Pakistan, the projected score says 253. Good Yorker, good comeback from Sampal Kami. Squeezed out for a single at 130 kilometers per hour. I think, being honest, I think 300 plus is very much on the cards here. You'd imagine they'll look at 100 off the last 10 or 90 off the last 10. Really good Yorker. Vinik, that's very kind of you. I was very much close to going out just for the one game, the Pakistan game in Multan, but with a few visa issues, wasn't able to get there for the Star Sports team. As this one's cut away powerfully, but the sweeper in the deep should have cut it off. It's going to run away for 4 more. Oh dear. The heat and the pressure starting to tell on Nepal now, and the runs starting to come. Gulshan Jha was who should have cut that off down at deep cover, but it looks very hot indeed. Just getting a look at the replay. What a shot is right. Oh, should have been stopped. A little bit of a tardy effort. The misfields now coming in. Sagar Rijal watching on from Northern Ireland. Ganesh Lamachani watching on. Namaste to you on the YouTube stream. Praneet Karla asking, do I think Kushal Bertel was the right call? I don't. Would not have gone to Bertel there. If they wanted to use a 7th bowler, I would have gone to Kushal Malla, if anyone. Azam now checks this down for a single. Pressure very much being applied on to Nepal by Pakistan. Sagar Timulsina asking, what is the strongest part of Pakistan? Ooh, and the live coverage is showing a car. It's a Toyota being forklifted. I don't know what they're doing with that forklift there. Maybe if you do know, if you're in Pakistan, let me know what's happening there. Strongest part of the Pakistan team, they're 3 quicks. World class. Haris Rauf, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Equally good with the new ball. And Naseem Shah, Haris Rauf, Shaheen Shah Afridi, 3 world-class players. Sampal Kami does well off his own bowling. Saves a single. Already 12 runs from this over, though. So I'm enjoying a nice cup of Irish tea here at the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin. They're really good. Just gets the one hand outstretched. You just briefly lose the broadcast. Apologies. Back now on YouTube and Facebook. This one's whipped away into the leg side. Amir Sahil, Andy Flair, and Deep Dasgupta live on air together, bringing the coverage to you. And we're enjoying the YouTube Watchalong Live and Facebook Watchalong Live as well. TikTok star, I don't think that's your real name. He says, Andrew Dye, your great love and support towards Nepal is so great. You should visit more often. We all miss you. I'll be back soon, guys. Hopefully there at the end of October for the T20 World Cup qualifier. Deepak Pathak says, what do I think Nepal will score in the second innings? Good question. Look, it depends what Pakistan get. They look well on track for 300 now. They score 180 for 4 at the end of the 35th. Yeah, somewhere around 300 is what I think it's Amir Sahel speculating about now. These 3 remaining overs of Lamachani are crucial. Have to get Babar Azam or Iftikhar Ahmed, and Lamachani's now coming into the attack. I think Rohit Pedal's learned quickly there. He's learned that, okay, that probably wasn't the right call to go with Kushal Bertel. Big step up in quality in terms of bowling to the Pakistan batters versus the UAE A team in Colombo. And different surface as well. It doesn't pitches were starting to turn in Colombo towards the end of that Asia Cup, the emerging teams Asia Cup, and here at the main Asia Cup, it's just skidding on. There hasn't been any sharp turn. Looks like a very good batting surface. The biggest challenge for Nepal will be how do they deal with those first 10, 15 overs, that blitzkrieg from the Pakistan quick bowlers. And I fully agree with Sagar Tilmasina. He says whatever Nepal do from here, it doesn't matter. We've got to play Pakistan already. That's success alone. Irie with another live wire piece of fielding, another direct hit. But the direct hit, it's going to cost a couple of runs because it skews away and ricochets for overthrows. You can't blame the intent of Irie. I think the batter's safely home, so we won't have the third umpire asked for. Let's get the replay on this. There's a little quick single dab down. Irie so quick and an amazing direct hit. They do ask the question, but no, safely home. And Sampal Kami does well to, rather than concede 5, I think they're going to check. They are going to go upstairs. We've already seen Dipender Singh Irie affect one incredible run out. Can he affect another? Let's have a look. Oh, it's closer than you'd think. He is home. He's home by about a foot, maybe a foot and a little bit. It's just the speed that Irie gets to the ball with. Pakistan are learning a lesson. Googly out of the back of the hand. Machani not pitching it correctly. So let's see what we can find here. Googly cut away and it just goes wide of the first slip who's in place. Lamachani grimaces. And the run's really starting to come. 10 from 4 deliveries. In fact, 9 from 4, the first 4 deliveries. Definite googly out of the back of the hand. And it was the bounce that surprised Babar Azam. It just got a bit big in him. He was looking to cut it backward a square, but it's come off the edge. Wide of Arif Sheikh at slip. And the googly again, this time picked by Babar Azam. He's 12 short of another ODI 100. More questions coming in. A few fans concerned now with the runs coming so regularly. And the pressure starting to tell on Nepal, no doubt about that. Punch down the ground for a single to close out. 6th over, 190 for 4. So get in touch. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you enjoying the action? What your hopes are for the rest of this game? Might be just drifting away a little bit from Nepal now. How critical is that drop going to be of Karen KC? He was put down with the score of Babar Azam on 55 at the time, 33 since then. 90 for 4 after 36. Lovely shot from the drone. The ground now reaching capacity is hopefully that heat starts to cool down a bit for the second innings. So let's have a look here. Sagar Tamasina watching on from Colorado in the USA. Lovely to hear from Ishwar Adhikari. Good batting. Yeah, really impressive from Pakistan, the way in which they battled back here. And the Pakistan flag flying high right now. Still 14 overs remain. The projected score, it says 264, but that's just at the current run rate of about 5.2 per over. So Babar Azam is thinking of a 19th ODI 100, isn't he? Sampal Kami into bowl his 6th over. It starts right on the money, but he's driven down the ground elegantly, straight as anything. Long arm will have work to do. Lalit Rajbanshi comes around, keeps it to a couple. Nice to hear from Prakash Singh, who's watching on from Nepal. Suzanne Bostala, who's watching on from Japan. Gaur Bahadur Tamang, watching on from Nepal. And who's watching on the YouTube stream? Any messages on there? Ganesh Pun. 280 is the max that Nepal could chase. Yeah, I think that's a good point. It is a very good wicket. It's a flat deck, but it's just that threat of those 3 quicks for Pakistan as this one's whipped away, but straight to the man at deep backward square leg, Kushal Malla. Bad luck with the drop catch, says Adhikari Karan. Yeah, good point. Runs this 5th wicket partnership's put on and just 51 deliveries. Nice to hear from Sonam, watching on from Hong Kong. Hritik Kumar Yadav watching on from the USA. Must be early there in America. Should be a single. Andy Flower saying the key to this partnership is Babar Azam from here. 70 off just 52 deliveries. Babar Azam has accelerated in a big way. What's my projected score? Asked Sonam. I think Pakistan are set for over 300 from here. Might be as many as 320. So I'm going to go 318, 318. Let's see if I'm right. What's your guesses in the chat? What does everyone think the final total will be? The projected score at the current rate is 266, but that's not very accurate. I'm going to say 315, 318 will be my exact target. I'm projecting lovely drone shots as Sampal Kami starts his run up for his 5th delivery of his 7th over. He's none for 41 at the moment. Little leg cutter, nicely bowled. Straight to Dependra Singh Ari, who's been everywhere. Sagar Timilsina says he woke up at 2 a.m. to watch this match, and you have to go work 8 hours today. Good luck with that shift, mate. Getting through it. I was up early to get up to Dublin for today's game. We've got a Pakistan 11 taking on an Ireland 11. Yasir Arafat, who used to play for Pakistan, representing the Pakistan 11 in the Irish team. The likes of Fionn Han, Simi Singh, Stephen Doheny, David Delaney, plenty of Irish internationals. I'm joining them for what's a 100 ball contest. Should be a bit of fun as this is driven to the offside. End of the 37th. Pakistan 196 for 4 now, and certainly moving into the ascendancy in a big way. So any questions for me? What are you projecting? Ganesh Pun is projecting 290, as is Prakash Gamire. Or Gamir, I should say. What are your projections? Okay, so Ujwala Jakara is asking where I can watch it from. Star Sports there in Nepal. I'm watching on TNT Sports Live. Deep Sandy says 270 would be a brilliant effort from Nepal's bowlers. It would. Ramachani's got 2 remaining. I suspect Iftikhar Ahmed and Babar Azam might play him out a little bit. Sanjay Karki saying the decision to bring Kushal Bertel on was a game-changing phase for Pakistan to accelerate. Yeah, probably was. I think they probably would have accelerated after that second drinks break anyway. Buam Bata says we want good performance from our Nepali players. The result doesn't matter. Good attitude, I think, to have. They've already shown so much in the first 2.5 hours or so. Big smile from Sandeep Lamachani as Babar Azam is very watchful in defence. And still in the second power play, so just 4 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. The last 10 overs, the captain Rohit Patel will get some relief. That's the googly, beautifully bowled. I think it was picked, but maybe a little bit late, as Azam gets enough in it to cut it away. And Shamyog Tamang says he wants Babar's wicket. I think everyone wants Babar Azam's wicket around the world game. Really nice googly. Just going straight on with the arm right towards the top of middle stump. Both Asif Sheikh and Sandeep Lamachani thought that they were in the game. This one hit away. There's a gap out there. Not out of the middle of the bat, but it is going to be 4. The runs continuing to come for Pakistan. The 200 comes up in the 38th over. And right now, it's really all going Pakistan's way. Lamachani just a little bit too short, dragged it down and helped away for 4. This one now punched down the ground. Lamachani just 1 delivery left in his 9th over. As we see Nepal trying to withhold Pakistan in this last 12 overs or so. Final ball of Lamachani's 9th. A little bit of leg spin on offer, nicely bowled. Babar Azam moves to 95. He's got there from 101 balls. End of the 38th. Pakistan 204 for 4. So into the last 12, what can Nepal do? As we see in need of finding wickets. Nice to hear from Shamyog and Deep Sandy, Sagar Timilsena, Anisha Chamlin, Ganesh Pun saying Lalit and Irie were bowling so well, but things are starting to go against them. They are. Nice to hear from Sachit Lama. He says 282 will be the score. Pranit Kurla says 320. What's your prediction? What do you think Nepal will get to, or restrict Pakistan to even? Beautiful ground here in Multan. Really is. So 12 overs remain. Karen KC going to return. He's got 4 overs left. What are the options for Rohit Patel? Plenty of them. 7 bowlers have been used. Just the 1 over for Kushal Bertel. Gulshan Jazz only bowled 2. He might be used at the death, but remember, Dipender Singh Irie has been the one that's been used quite extensively with his off breaks at the death. Karen KC starts with a leg cutter and a good diving stop. There's been some excellent fielding amongst some mistakes from Nepal. This time, I think it was Arif Sheikh who's gone sharply to his left to keep it to a dot ball. Nice to hear from Robin Man Kamarchara, who says respect. He says 256. Oh, I think that's very optimistic. Digaj Badarai says 300 will be the score. Sandeep Shrestha says 330. I'm sticking with my 318 prediction. I'm going to go with that and stick with it. Karen Casey in for his second delivery. The 39th over, punched into the offside. It'll be a single, 129 kilometers an hour. Janash Bushla says, good to see you. Subhash Pandey says, a big hello, and great to see so many viewers tuning in. Yeah, really enjoying it. Sham Yog says 321. Ariane Bogan says, big respect. So here's the fixtures: Pakistan versus Nepal today, and then over to Sri Lanka, where the action will come from Palakkale, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, and then Pakistan versus India. The big one really is the big one. And Mickey Arthur is looking a lot more comfortable now than he did. Lovely to hear from all your comments. Ujwal Acharya asking what score will Nepal be able to chase? I think 280 would probably be the limit, and even that would be a particularly good effort. It really would. Good question coming in here from Sandeep Shrestha. This is mistimed. Is this going to be a chance? No. Fall short of Arif Sheikh, who's out at deep mid wicket. No timing at all from Iftikhar Ahmed, who's moving swiftly through the gears. 35 off 33 balls. Really, Nepal in need of a wicket. So Sandeep Shrestha's comment is a question. If all the big leagues in the world made one associate player mandatory, that would be the best exposure they could get. I think that's such a good idea. This one's whipped into the leg side. Babar Azam moves to 97, not out. If they did that, even if the associate player didn't have to play, just purely the exposure that those associate cricketers would get from being in and around some of the best players in the world, I think it's a no-brainer as well in terms of expanding fan bases. You know, if a side in the South African T20, for example, took a Nepali player in, all you're going to get is all of those Nepali fans being engaged in that South African T20 league. It's a real no-brainer, but great to be with you. And a good question as well. Binit Bada's watching on Star Sports, but listening to the live watch along. Great to have you with me. This one's driven a little bit aerially into the offside. Going to be a single to close out the 39th. 11 overs remain. 208 for 4 is the score. And Nepal are probably going to be on the back end of some big hits in these last 10. So Garish Kadja says 298 will be the score. Bishal Dungana says 312. Niraj Young Thapa says Babar's missed catch has taken the game away from us. It felt like a massive moment. He was on 55 at the time. And it's going to be the 10th and final over of Lalit Rajbanshi. Right now, Rohit Paudel he's really changing up his bowlers almost every single delivery, and you can understand why. Just going to see exactly when that drop was. Yeah, it was 133 for 4. That would have made the score 133 for 5. Big moment in the game. Really was. Now it's 208 for 4. 11 overs remain. Final over the second power play. Lalit Rajbanshi to bowl it as Iftikhar Ahmed gives himself room outside the leg stump, and another misfield. This time it's Kushal Malla. It was hit firmly, and Rajbanshi stares out at Malla. He's a pretty easygoing character, isn't he, Kushal Malla? Apologizes. That should have been stopped. There's been maybe 4 of those now. It was certainly hit firmly, but Malla got there well in time. He just skewed off the outside of his left hand and runs away for 4. Good start to the 40th over for Pakistan. Nicely bowled, the arm ball by Rajbanshi to keep Iftikhar Ahmed in check. Bishal Dungana, yeah, I'm missing being there, mate. I wish I could be in Pakistan. The plan was initially to come for the first game to Pakistan and then on to Kathmandu for game 2. But it just didn't quite work out because of a few last minute issues. Really sad not to be there, but enjoying watching the action and taking it in with all of you, or joining me on the Facebook chat and the YouTube chat here. Really like that idea from Yogesh Bhatt saying calling Paresh or Sharad for a little Zoom chat. I think I'm going to try jump on with Sharad after the game tonight for a bit of stuff live on the Cricket Association Nepal page. So jump on that. Tejin Badarai watching on, muted the television but listening to me. That's really nice. The Taklu diet. Babar Azam, 97 now. You just wonder why Dipender Singh Ari hasn't bowled a little bit more right now. He's only bowled the 4 overs thus far. Slower through the air. Clever bowling from Rajbanshi. Finds consecutive dot balls worth their weight in gold at this stage. Good spell from Rajbanshi again. Hasn't picked up a wicket, but he's proved economical and effective as ever. The TV camera is showing us some of the incredible shots of just how warm it is there right now. 37 degrees in Multan. Extraordinary heat. So he's on 97, Babar Azam. Final ball of Rajbanshi's spell. And again, he's on the money. 3 consecutive dots ends. A really good shift from Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi. 10 overs, none for 48. He'll take those figures most days of the week, particularly in a very good batting surface. Probably unlucky not to get a wicket as well. I thought he bowled really nicely. As we just get a look at the full spell that he bowled. Impressive as ever. I think for me, he's always a must pick. He's such a clever bowler. Is Lalit Rajbanshi. And he's got to be in every team. We saw him left out, didn't we, once in Zimbabwe? I think Nepal got a little bit confused by the conditions. They needed to play to their strengths rather than try and find bowlers for their conditions. Nice to hear from Zetri Bikram saying, we miss you too, mate. Looking forward to being back. Bishal the same. Gayanendra Dami. Really appreciate all your comments, all your questions. Fielding definitely a little bit off the boil. It's going to be Gulshan Jah coming back into the attack. We're into the 3rd and final power play. 10 overs remain. 2-1-3 for 4. What's your guesses on the final score? You'd suspect now with 10 to go, the score 213 for 4. Well, I'm not sure about this projected score, where they're getting it from. They're saying it's 266. I think 300 plus is very much on the cards, particularly with this fifth wicket partnership. How much is it worth now? Let's have a look. It's currently worth 90 runs, coming at 7 runs per over. So they're only going to increase upon that if they keep those wickets in hand, particularly when Babar gets to that landmark. Niraj is saying 324 for 7. Niraj Kafle is saying 320 plus. As this is cut away for a single. I'm not going to agree with you there, Archie. Archie says, I'm Nepali. I'm pretty sure that Nepal will be bowled out for 50 or 60 runs. That won't happen. They'll do better than that. Sandeep says that Lalit Rajbanshi has been one of the best bowlers in the year. Vishal Dungana asking what my prediction is. Well, about 5 overs ago, I said 318. So I'm going to stick with that. Let's say 318 for 7. A few wickets. Picking up for the Nepali bowlers. Gulshan Jah into his 3rd over. His first 2 went for 12. This time digs it into the wicket. Azam. It looks like he's going to get to that 100 in singles. Just happy to knock it around. Although Kushal Malik fumbles again in the deep. 125 kilometers an hour on the clock. But great to have you all with us. Really good numbers. A couple of hundred plus. Craig Senior from Pembroke Cricket Club. Nice to see you, Craig. Hope you're enjoying the commentary. There's a lot of commentary on the domestic stuff. He says 320 for 6. Niraj Joshi says 250. Can't agree with you there, Niraj. Pakistan are going to get more than that. I promise you they're going to get more than that. Vineet Bhatta is in work at a meeting, but he's minimizing the screen and listening through headphones. That's very clever, Vineet. Yogesh Bhatt is asking, why is the fielding a little bit off? Nice little leg cutter ball by Gulshan Jah. Just worked into the leg side for what is going to be a couple, because it was nicely weighted right to the edge of the 30-yard circle. So Arif Sheikh couldn't do anything about that. Kalash Joshi says 330 plus, brother. Too many misfields. Yeah, Nepal are a brilliant fielding side, and we've seen in glimpses the excellent catch from Kushal Bertel, the run out from Rohit Paudel, and the the extraordinary effort from Dipender Singh Airi has shown how good they are, but the consistency has just been a bit lacking. I think the humidity and the heat is playing into that. Babar Azam looks exhausted there, having just run that too. 37 degrees. That's extreme heat. It really is. Gulshan Jab bangs that one into the wicket. Dipender Singh Airi can't pick up cleanly for the second time in the innings. Sudarshan Adhikari says 290 is going to be the score. Ganesh Pun says the pattern of Nepali batting has long been losing early wickets against higher level opponents. They need to bat patiently early. I'd agree with that. I think particularly Asif Sheikh just needs to take some time at the start of his innings. Oh dear, running out of battery here on the tablet, so we've got to get that one plugged in. We might have to change the angle a little bit. Let's move these. Amazing how the battery just chews away. Let me see if I can get a slightly longer cable here. Might have to switch our angles a bit. So YouTube's going to change angle a touch. As Karen KC does really well out on the rope to keep it to a couple. 2 singles and 3 consecutive twos now from Soda. So hopefully that's okay. Hopefully you don't mind. We're at the Phoenix Cricket Club here in the clubhouse. Super place, the oldest cricket club in Ireland. Just packaging up the Star Sports broadcast, the sloppy fielding. It looks like an immaculate playing surface as well. The drop catch, probably the most critical moment, but 4, if not 5, regulation stops have run away to the boundary. The occasion, the pressure just getting to Nepal a touch in spite of the brilliance of Dipender Singh Airi. Final ball of the 41st. 9 overs remain after this one. Nice leg cutter. Good skills from Gulshan Jab. Just the singles. So in total, 9 runs have come from that over. As Pakistan, they move to the Richie Beno inspired score of 222 for 4. Craig Senior asking, am I playing today in Ireland versus Pakistan? I am indeed. I'm not playing for Pembroke 2s tomorrow. I'm not available for that. We're not picked probably for that, actually, although I didn't really make myself available. Yeah, looking forward to this game. Ireland 11 versus Pakistan 11. A 100-ball game here at the historic Phoenix Cricket Club. Lots of big names playing as well. I'll roll out a few leggies and see how we get on. Dippershan Manali says he thinks Nepal will lose the game. It is looking a little bit that way right now, but I think Nepal have already shown so much about just how good they can be. If they could have a really good last 9 overs, keep Pakistan under 300, they're still in this game. The problem is, Iftikhar Ahmed is on 49, Babar Azam is on 98. When they get to their landmarks, 50 and 100 respectively, they're only going to do one thing. The floodlights just starting to kick into effect now as well. So here's the challenge for Nepal and for their death bowler, Dipender Singh Airi, who's done this role. It's rare you would think of an off-spinner doing the death bowling role, but he does it so well. Yogesh Bhatt says the commentators on TV aren't knowing much about the Nepali players. I've tried to give them as much background information as possible and send across all that to the star team. And here comes Dipender Singh Airi as it's 50 for Iftikhar Ahmed. No real celebration, just a cursory raise of the bat. He's been a big find, hasn't he, the 32-year-old who will turn 33 in just a few days' time on September 3rd. It's his 15th ODI. It's his second 50. His career best 94 not out. He might even think of going past that. But Babar Azam needs just 2 for the century. Can he get there from this delivery? Cut away stylishly. This could be the moment. Well, it's cut off from the boundary, but he'll sprint back for the second. And it's another ODI century. Century number 19 for Babar Azam. Quite simply, maybe the best cross-format player in the world. Averaging the best part of 60 now in ODI cricket. He's got a big few months ahead of him in the Asia Cup and then on to the World Cup. They're the number 1 ranked team. They'll want silverware, those Pakistan fans. And if Babar Azam keeps batting the way that he is now, he thanks the heavens. You'd think that maybe that will be the case. It's a 19th ODI 100. The first time these two sides have met in ODI cricket. And it comes with style, with grace, with real clarity and quality. 10 fours in that innings. That's come from 109 deliveries. He's accelerated nicely. He did have that life. Karen KC put him down on 55. But now Pakistan are really moving into the ascendancy. And Airi is going to have his mettle tested. And so will Rohit Patel, Nepal's captain. So nice to hear from everyone. Gautam Giri says Babar 100, Iftikhar 50, trouble for Nepal. You're correct. Babar looks exhausted. He does. That's how hot it is out there. The fans, they look pretty hot too. Clever bowling from Irie. Spears it in to the block hole. Keeps it out of the hitting arc of Iftikhar. Congratulations, Babar, says Ishan Thapa. Biraj Thapa says 330 plus is now on target. Lovely moment as Azam celebrates that 100. But clever bowling from Irie. He's just spearing it into the block hole. Run rate moves to 5.5. It's the highest it's been so far in the contest. Lovely to hear from Pradeep Karla as well. Archie, football fan, says, love you from Nepal. Very kind. Dandavad, nice to hear from you too. As that one is cleverly bowled again, flatter through the air from Dipender Singh Irie, and he keeps that to a dot ball with 6 runs coming from that over. Babar Azam, well, he's different gravy, isn't he? He really is. Making Pakistan proud, as the commentator says. He's the #1 ranked batter in the world. He's the captain of the #1 ranked ODI side, and maybe Pakistan are making a statement that they're favourites for the Asia Cup early. Nice to hear from you, Ganesh Busal. Thank you so much for the support. And what are your predictions? Can Nepal stay in this contest? I'm going to be with you for the remaining 8 overs of this first innings for this watch-along. It's his 19th ODI 100, behind only one Pakistani now. That's Syed Anwar, Mohammad Yusuf with 15 and third. As Gulshan Jat bowls his 4th over, worked away into the leg side. Lamachani does well in the deep to keep it to just a single. Good fielding from the leg spinner. I think he still has an over left. I'll just check that. 350 plus, some people are saying. Yes, Sandeep Lamachani has 1 over remaining. Dipender Singh Irie used as the death bowler for the moment alongside Gulshan Jat. Somebody asking, where am I? I'm at the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin. Beautiful, historic old ground. I've got a game here in about 2 hours' time, a little bit less than that maybe. A 100-ball clash between an Ireland 11 and a Pakistan 11. Really privileged to be togging out for the Ireland team. Leg cutter, cleverly bowled by Gulshan Jat, rolling his fingers over, keeps it to a dot ball. Iftikhar 51 off 46, Babar 103 off 112, Pakistan 229 for 4. Somebody asking me, Messi or Ronaldo? Neither, mate. Not a football man myself. Ramesh Dakal, very good evening to you. What time is it there in Nepal? Where are you watching from? And are you enjoying the action? See there, God, anything outside the off stump to Babar. Interesting graphic that. Striking at 38. Anything on his pads, striking at 120. So a big difference. Ashish Chap again, that's very kind of you to say. Watching live on YouTube. Again, good bowling from Gulshan Jat. Iftikhar looked for the big hit, but could only get the inside edge. Skews away for a single as it thuds off the pad. Nirmal Shrestha says Nepal playing well with the #1 team in the world. I didn't think the game would be like this. I did. And they're doing really well. Imagine if they'd taken that catch of Babar Azam when he was dropped on 55. Babar Azam's strike rate in recent times in this final 3rd power play, 145. So certainly a chance for Pakistan to accelerate. But Nepal, just for the moment, holding things back nicely. Azam has got to that landmark. What can he do from here? 230 for 4 the score in the 43rd over. This is helped into the leg side towards Lamachani, but it goes to his right and runs away all the way for 6. First maximum for Babar Azam. It's a good stroke. A stroke of the highest quality. I think it was the leg cutter again from Gulshan Jat, but it's been picked up and deposited over the rope with a little bit of disdain from Babar Azam. One hand came off the bat. He's ended up hitting it one-handed with that beautiful Gray Nichols. Lamachani had a deep square, could only watch it go across. Not the biggest boundaries either, only 63 meters that one's flown. So certainly, despite that maximum, Nepal just hanging around in this contest. 7 overs remain after this one. 236 for 4 the score now. Can Gulshan Jat get out of this over? Nice to hear from Rankat, watching on from Australia. Best wishes to Team Nepal. Oh, now, pressure. That's a wide. You have to remember, This is the #1 ranked side in the world. For Nepal, they have never beaten a test nation, a full member nation of the ICC, in an official ODI or a T20I. So a chance both today and in 5 days' time against India. That will be played in Dambulla in Sri Lanka. See the fans with the Babar Azam artwork. He's an icon for a reason, isn't he? What a cricketer he is. 24 runs off the last 16. As that's hidden away out towards that guideline, and Babar Azam can't really get any timing, down to long off for a single. Lots of replays of Babar Azam's best. So all these misfields, though, compounding against Nepal. They've been pretty good on the whole. Their bowling, for me, has held up nicely. Ishan Thapa saying the Nepali side wanting to complete this innings and get back to the pavilion as soon as possible. You're spot on. Nice to hear from Nirmal, who's watching on from Japan. Sudeep watching on from Kathmandu. Namaste to you. Hello, all. Yeah, great to hear some chat going on between everyone enjoying the watch-along. Looks for the block hole, squeezes off an outside edge and squeezes away for 4. 14 runs come from the over. As Gulshan, he's been put to the sword. 43 have been bowled, 242 for 4. And right now, well, Pakistan very much hunting down towards that 300 plus total. I think they're going to get to. Can Nepal drag things back? Still batting to come. Shadab Khan is a very dangerous player. He's in next at number 7. Mohammad Nawaz capable of clearing the ropes too. Nepal are playing well, though, as many of the comments are saying. 7 overs remain. Great to be here with you, bringing you the Asia Cup action on the opening day of the tournament. Nepal making their debut with the floodlights now kicking into effect. Twilight kicking in Multan. Huge crowd still continuing to come in. You can see the fans all entering in. They'll be in for the second innings. There won't be a seat available. The projected score is a run a ball 284, 8 and over 298. But really, I think it'll be 10 and over plus they'll be looking at to get to 312. Babar Azam, helmet comes off. He's going to look to try and get after Dipender Singh Airi, and he started perfectly in the 44th over. It was just fractionally away from the block hole, and Azam cleared that front leg, got it between long on and deep mid wicket, runs away for 4 more. It was the kind of full on pace delivery that that Dipender Singh Airi bowls, and Azam got underneath it, just wasn't into the block hole enough. Saman Prasai saying that Gulshan Jha was just struggling to handle the pressure. Pakistan could make 350 now, says Greg Deep. Bandari, you're asking where I am right now. I'm in the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin in Ireland. Sadly, couldn't get to Pakistan. Was hoping to be out there to commentate on the first game, but instead bringing you it live here on a YouTube watch along and a Facebook live watch along too. Great to have you joining me. And thousands of people joining in from all over the world as Dipender Singh Airi comes in for his 3rd delivery, gets that one into the block hole. So single from the second ball, as the partnership now worth 123. 6 overs remain after this one. Airi into his 6th. Speared in, brilliant bowling. Going to be just a single. Difficult at the death, and Nepal have had their issues at the death. Nice to hear from Dej Bakka. Says the way Nepal plays during the end overs, we might see some Nepal fans crying. There have been problems at the death, haven't there? Ujwal watching on from Nepal saying it's after 6 o'clock. Now, could this be a chance? No. Shy of the man, Kushal Malla out at long off as the 250 comes up. In fact, 249, still one needed to get to that 250 mark. Nice to hear from Adhikari, from Sum, from Bandari Bishnu as well. Has been a good over. Can Airi get out of it? Not sure he can. This is helped into the leg side and all the way for 6. The boundaries are small here in Multan. And 13 runs come off that over. Too many overs have ended with a boundary for Nepal. Pakistan do bring that 250 up. It's 255 for 4. Question from Prasan Pandey. We're losing the game that was purely ours. Do I think that there's any chance of Nepal winning? Look, I think it's a tall task, isn't it? The reality is the game is drifting away. They needed to take that catch of Babar Azam. He was put down on 55 off the bowling of Karen KC. It's probably going to be too big a bridge for Nepal to chase this total down, but they've shown so much already in this first innings. They should be really, really proud of their efforts. 6 overs remain. And we just bring you the final 6 overs before ending this live stream. Really enjoying bringing you all the action here from the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin, where we are set for a Pakistan versus Ireland game. Rishav Badarai says there's fielding lessons to be learnt. Yeah, there really are. Shamyog says 3-2-1 is going to be the total. Sandeep is wondering why the boundaries so small. They do look small, don't they? Probably in and around the 60-metre mark, because Sampal Kami is brought back into the attack to replace Gulshan Jha. The 250 is up. Starts with an off-cutter that's hit down towards long off. Will just be a single. Babar Azam, 117 not out now off 118 deliveries. Great to have you all joining us for what's been a really enjoyable first innings. I think plenty for Nepal to take from it. That last 6, we're just seeing a replay of it there. 66 metres it was hit. So they're not big boundaries, are they, here in Multan? 34 runs from the last 19 balls, a run rate of 10. They're very likely to score at about 10 and over, you'd think. And the problems at the death continue for Nepal with their death bowling. Yunesh Basnet asking what would be a good target for Nepal to chase. Well, from here, anything under 300 would be pretty much a miraculous effort, to be honest, because these two batters are set. Nepal need to break this partnership. This is pumped towards long on, and it's gone wide of him. Wide of Kushal Bertel. The boundaries are coming very frequently now. It was into the slot, to be honest. Sampal Kami is punished by Iftikhar, who's playing a gem of an innings. He really is. He's come to international cricket late at the age, I think he debuted at 30, if not 31, but he's showing all of his quality. Prasan Pandey saying the net run rate was, or the run rate was 4.5, and I was so happy, but now the game is getting away with it. Garav's Dev Koda is asking when will Sandeep complete his overs. Maybe he'll come in for the next one. That's out of the back of the hand, the slower ball. Good skills from Sampal Kami. Arif Sheikh does the fielding, just a single. 5 overs remain after this one. And right now, real concern for Nepal. Sudeep Kalakoti saying Nepal's struggles in their death overs. Bowling has been evident, posing challenges in finishing matches. Strongly, I'd agree with that. Improving their execution strategies during this phase would be crucial for their overall performance. Good analysis, Sudeep. As we see Kami come in for his 4th delivery. Dug into the wicket. Now there's protection out there, but it goes in between them. The run's starting to flow. The second boundary of the over. 10 have come off 4 deliveries. And this innings getting out of hand in a big way right now. The heat, the pressure, well, it's coming squarely onto Nepal, isn't it? And you're thinking now of a total of probably 330 is looking more likely than 310. Bowled into the surface, stuck in it, but not the pace needed to challenge these two batters who are looking well set. And the death over wobbles do continue, Gaurav, for Nepal. This time, smashed down the ground, going to be 4 more. Boundaries coming in a hurry. And real concern now. 320, 330. Definitely on the mark. Rishabh wondering, was Kushal Bertel's over? Prasan is closing the stream and just watching my frustration now. Yeah, disappointment really for Nepal. As this innings definitely drifting away from them, probably the game with it. And a puff out of the cheeks from Sampal Kami, pumping sweat. So fit Sampal Kami too. It shows the extreme heat they're playing in. This goes up into the sky. Where's this gone? It's gone monstrous. And it's gone all the way for 6. 20 off the over. Pakistan 275 for 4 after 45. And this game, well, it's all but gone for Pakistan. For Nepal, that is, as Pakistan are soaring out of sight. Huge strike right out of the middle. Thought it might have gone straight up at first, but it was picked out of the back of the hand, slower ball from Sampal Kami, back of a length, and pumped. Well, it's nearly gone up into the stands. You see many of these Pakistan grounds, they have this kind of 10 to 15 meter area just behind where the boundaries are set, the same at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, and liquids being taken on board. Things could get pretty tricky in the last 5 now for Nepal. Pakistan 275 for 4. Ujwala Acharya is saying, really missing Avinash Bahara's death bowling. Gul is saying, I support Pakistan, but I must say that Nepal should be extremely proud of their bowling effort. Time and experience will polish them versus the new teams. Also, he's proud of Pakistan. It's a lovely message. Gul. Desh Bhakta is saying, Nepali players playing like they always play, like a Division 5 bowling team during the death overs. I think that's a bit harsh. That last 6 went 82 metres. They're bowling some of the best batters in the world. Babar Azam is ranked number 1 in the world for a reason. And right now, Rohit Powell doesn't look like he knows where to turn. Might be to Lamachani. Let's see who he's going to think of going to test of endurance for the batters as well as the bowlers. Keeper is up to the stump, so it will be a spinner. Who's it going to be? It is going to be Sandeep Lamachani to bowl his 10th and final over. What can he do? The score now, Rahul, is 275 for 4 after 45 overs. 5 overs remain. Cut away. 2 is the shout immediately. And he's not going to need to worry about getting back. He'll get back comfortably as Arif Sheikh does well out in the deep. Babar Azam has walked that second run. It's an extreme endurance test for the bowlers, the fielders, and the batters. Yeah, I'd agree with you, Sagar. Pakistan have been so impressive. Prasan is saying tomorrow's my board exam. And right now I'm just watching balls fly in the sky. Oh, now the boundary check is maybe going to indicate that this is 4. As I think Arif Sheikh's back leg might have been in contact with the rope. Great to hear from you, Anish Karki. We'd love to see you on the Sand Show. Yeah, we'd love to join. Might be able to come and join you on maybe Friday or Saturday this week, if that suits, guys. I will get in touch. They're checking this boundary again, the reverse angle. Yeah, I think for me shows that the rope is being impacted by Arif Sheikh's left boot as he flicks it back in. So again, a slightly tardy piece of fielding is going to cost 4. Anish, let me know. Get in touch on Instagram or wherever, and we'll enjoy that action together. We'll reflect on this first game, as it is going to be given as a boundary after what feels like a very long check. Yeah, it is given. Chris Gaffney signalling after he gets told by Langton Roseri that there was contact with the rope. Runs continue to come. Look like a couple at first, but 4 more. And huge pressure is being applied to Nepal. 279 for 4. Nice leg break, steered away. To Dipender Singh Aru picks up and releases quickly. Direct hit would have been interesting. In fact, I think a direct hit could have been gone here. He just picks up and releases so quickly. Nice to hear from you, Rahul. Movies and Sports says 330 is my prediction. I'm going to stick with 318. Nepal, hopefully, with Irie, can drag things back a little bit. Didn't get a replay of that, but I think a direct hit could have caught Babar Azam short. Lamachani tosses this one up, and Azam smashes it away over extra cover for 6. Well, the runs are coming with real regularity. Too slow through the air from Lamachani. And right now, well, the runs are just coming too easily. Went with the leg break, but it was too full and too slow through the air. Oh, the hope is drifting away for Nepal now. It really is. What a partnership it's been. Sensational from these two. Now, where's this one gone? Has he got enough of it? He has. One-handed for the second time in the innings. It's a one-handed 6. And the runs are coming ever so consistently. The last 5 overs have gone for 74, would you believe, at a run rate of nearly 15. And this Lamachani over at the death. Oh, just coming all too easily. Dragged down a little bit, no timing. But what an incredible partnership, worth 169, coming at a run rate of 9.35. Goes to the googly this time. It'll just be a single. As Kushal Bertel does the fielding. The challenge for Nepal will be to get back out there now with the extreme heat and apply themselves to this incredible there'll be another single to close out the 46th over. Lamachani's bowled his 10, 1 for 69 for him. Pakistan 294 for 4, 318 might be looking conservative now. Rahul Maharjan says Babar showing his class. You're spot on, Rahul. He really is such a good player, and he's going through the endurance of that extreme heat. 144 not out he is now, and he's only 14 shy of what would be equaling his career best. If he's still there at the death, he will do that. Nice to hear from Sudeep, who says Nepal struggles in their death overs continue. So I've already read that one. This one here. Nepal have faced a setback against Pakistan. Remember, every defeat is a stepping stone towards greater strength. Keep pushing forward, learn from experience, and let this moment fuel your determination to rise and conquer future challenges. I think you're spot on. And I think that's the way in which Monty Desai will approach it as well. Problem is, who's going to bowl here at the death? 4 overs remain. It's going to be Karen KC, I think, to bowl the 47th. He's got 3 left. Sampal Kami has 2. Karen KC, the pick of the bowlers, he's only gone for 29 in his 7 overs thus far, going at about 4 and over. Dipender Singh from he's bowled pretty nicely. Uchwal is saying that they could have kept Pakistan under 300 if some good decisions were made. Yeah, the game has just got away from Nepal here now, hasn't it? As Karen KC comes in for his 8th. It'll be a single to start for Iftikhar Ahmed. He's probably dreaming of his maiden ODI century. He's got 75 with 23 deliveries left. If he can face 12 or 15 of them, he could get to that maiden ODI 100. As we're seeing a little bit of the best of his innings. 75 off 57. It's been a flawless knock, to be honest. Particularly devastating on the leg side, his favourite side, but he's been good on anything short outside the off stump too. Nice to see players come to international cricket a little later as the off-cutter gets through. Rare dot ball, the rarest of things. Nice to hear from Sagar Timilsina. All of the Phoenix Cricket Club opening up here with you for 4 more overs. Going to take you right to the death of this first innings before leaving you and enjoying the second innings from side on. The Gul is telling me that, Andrew, you should be in Multan to witness Pakistan and Nepal versus Nepal. Yeah, surely I should be. Multan apparently has the yummiest mango and the 3rd hottest city. And the Multan Sultans did shine in the PSL. Yeah, they're a good team, weren't they? I was in Pakistan last year for Ireland-Pakistan women. Really enjoyed that. This one's hit out towards the cover fielder. Karen KC doing a good job in this, his 8th over. Maybe a miscount from Rohit Powdell. We can only see Karen KC now bowl a maximum of 9 overs, and he's been really economical thus far. He's only gone for 31 in his 7.3 overs, the most economical of all of the Nepali bowlers. But Pakistan hunting down probably 330 plus from here. 3 overs remain after this one. 296 for 4 the score. As plenty of concerned fans come in. This goes into the sky. Could be a chance. Oh, just lands in no man's land shy of Sampal Kami and lands safely. Moments of fortune for Pakistan's batters. I think the Nepal bowlers have, on the whole, really acquitted themselves well. As it just went nowhere. Landed around the 30-yard circle, but long on was out, so Sampal Kami couldn't get there. Sensational partnership, this, though. Karen KC has definitely been the pick of the attack, the folk hero of Kathmandu, the legend from far west of Nepal. Lovely scenes of the Zahir Abbas enclosure here at the Multan Stadium. Such a great cricketing nation. It's going to change the angle, come around the wicket now. Sagar Timilsina, nice to hear your thoughts as well. Get your final questions in, because I'm only with you for 3 more overs. Any last questions about this tournament? Good delivery. Dot ball hidden away outside the off stump, looking for that guide wide line. Babar wanted the wide. He's not going to get it. So yeah, any final questions on Facebook or YouTube before we wrap up this live stream? Been great to be with you and enjoy the action together. Lovely to hear from you all. Been great to engage with everyone. Can't read those Nepali questions, so I don't quite speak the Nepali script yet. One day. I need to keep learning my Nepali, but Ikdam Tiksa and Ramrosa and Dandavad to you all for joining me. 3 overs remain after this one. Karen KC's bowling a brilliant over, just 3 runs off it so far. And he's very unlucky not to close this over out as a pull shot comes off the top edge and runs away for 4. Babar almost hitting himself off his feet. He moves to 149. Pakistan bring the 300 up. 301 for 4. 47 bowled. 3 remain. And right now, it could be 3 overs of carnage to finish. Oh, 3 overs remain. What can Pakistan get to? I've got Michael Brown here, former Phoenix president, just on a live stream here for the last 3 overs. Michael, right, okay. And we're watching how Nepal go in their Asia Cup maiden appearance. Big score. Thanks to that drop catch of Babar Azam, who's put down on 55. Big crowd in Multan. They're loving the action. The drone cameras getting around them. Brilliant coverage from the Star Sports team. So who's going to bowl the 48th? It's going to be Sampal Kami. Could be trouble. He's got 2 left. Karen KC will have 1. No more Depender Singh Ari. It looks like off cutter. Pumped out of the ground by Iftikhar Ahmed. He's hunting down a maiden ODI 100. I'm not sure this is the right call. I would have gone Depender Singh Ari. As Kami, well, his figures are not looking good right now. He's bowled into his 9th over, despite that maiden, none for 68. And this could get a little bit difficult in the final 3 overs now. There's no margin for error against batters of these quality. Desh Bhakta says, all right, guys, this is the Asia Cup. I'm going to let me sink in my heart. I cannot handle another wreck from India the next few days. Round the wicket now, Kami. Nails the Yorker. Good delivery. Dot ball. That's better. Good comeback. Iftikhar Ahmed, 18 short of what would be a maiden ODI 100. It's been a sensational innings. It really has. Himself and Babar Azam have changed this game. They put on 187. Desh, stay with us, though. It's okay. Ujwal wondering, could the captaincy have been better? I think he's got most things right. I would have liked to see Karen KC bowl out and a bit more of Depender Singh Ari. I probably wouldn't have bowled that 1 over Kushal Bertel, but you never know unless you risk it. Into the slot again, and misfortune skews away off an outside edge and runs for 4. Current run rate now spirals to 6.5, 330, maybe 340, 350, very much on the cards as the boundaries are coming with great consistency. Jaden Millsy says, holy, hello to you. Ujwal watching on. Sanchit says, inexperienced death bowling is very tricky against batters of this quality. Particularly Nepal, they just don't have that express pace. They don't have that 90-mile-an-hour plus bowler. Mandeep Adhikari says, after 30 overs, the game has just got out of hand. It has. The last 27 balls have gone for 67 runs, 69 runs, in fact. Yeah, that's well bowled. That's flicked off the pad, so it'll be a rare dot ball. He's trying to spear it into the block hole. 14 deliveries remain. Gul's asking, which city did I visit in Pakistan? I was in Lahore. Really loved it. Beautiful city, very modern, beautiful food. I was there for Ireland women versus Pakistan women. Nishal is saying the Karen KC drop catch changed the game. It did. It certainly has swung the game heavily towards Pakistan. Put down on 55 off his own bowling. Karen KC as Sampal Kami comes in. It's the block hole nicely. Will just be a single. Good angle this from around the wicket. How's it going? Wondering what the score is. It's 312 for 4. Babar Azam is 149 not out. About to make what I think is his second 150-plus score in ODI history. Iftikhar Ahmed is 87 not out off 63 balls. And Himanshu Joshi is saying that the fielding has not been good enough. Little stat pop-up there. Babar Azam hitting 3 consecutive 6s. for the first time in his ODI career. Can he hit another one? He can't, as he will get to 150. The crowd roar. Irie will keep it to just a single with another good piece of fielding. But 2 overs remain. Pakistan 3-1-3 for 4. I'll stay with you for these final 2 overs before bidding you farewell. I want to thank you all for joining me. It's been great to be with you to celebrate this historic moment together. And we're just seeing exactly what's going to happen in the last 2. 313 for 4 the score. It's probably going to prove too many for Pakistan, for Nepal, but there's been plenty of love. This I've got to show this. This is brilliant. This is coming from Saran Karala, who's showing me, watching on his setup there. You can see the laptop and then the little phone with my little Watchalong live. So great to be with you as Mickey Arthur just gets a look. 2 overs remain. At his team, he looks much more comfortable than he did. Nepal have had plenty of good moments in this first innings, but ultimately the class of Babar Azam, the world's #1 batter, has taken the game away from them alongside Iftikhar Ahmed's belligerent hitting. Here comes Karen KC. Misfield from the captain will cost a single. Probably we're going to take one anyway. 11 balls left. Karen KC outstanding. 1 for 37 from his 8.1 overs thus far. Now, Iftikhar Ahmed needs 13. Can he get there? Beautiful scene being painted by the drone camera. The sun is setting. Otam Acharya asking, is there any chance of Nepal winning? 330 is probably going to be too much. They'd need their record score ever against one of the best bowling attacks in the world. I think for Nepal, they just want to see some good individual batting. Here comes Karen KC. That'll be a wide, re-bowled. I'd agree with you, Nishal. I think Karen KC should have completed his overs. Bikash Acharya watching on from Sydney. Nice to hear from you, mate. Nishal saying 240 would have been a great score to chase. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Lights are coming on here in the Phoenix Clubhouse, not the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin. Some gorgeous slow motion shots of Babar Azam showing all of his class and his elegance and his quality in the extreme heat, his fitness as well. Himanshu Joshi says, imagine dropping the catch of Virat Kohli. Well, they dropped Babar Azam today. It's been costly. What a shot that is. Iftikhar Ahmed just stands up, gets on top of the bounce. It's going to be 4 more. So the runs are coming. Iftikhar Ahmed goes into the 90s for the second time in his ODI career. 10 deliveries left. And even Karen KC now being treated with some disdain. Just a bit of width, but the power that Iftikhar Ahmed has. Lalit Chetri asking what went wrong with the Nepal innings. Hard to say. Babar Azam's innings being full of class. Obviously, that drop catch would have certainly helped restrict things. Maybe the lack of spin in the wicket, not helpful. It's a very good batting surface. The boundaries aren't too big, so it's not easy for the fielding team to restrict things. It really isn't. 10 deliveries left. That's into the block hole. Hit straight to Rohit Powell. As Prasan Pandey makes a joke that Karen KC's announcing his retirement. He's not. Don't joke about that. Come on, he's a legend. Nishat Pokral says, where am I right now? I'm in the Phoenix Cricket Club in Dublin, in Ireland, the capital city, here for a game that's going to start in about 2 hours' time. Ireland 11, taking on Pakistan 11. I'll be playing for the Ireland 11 alongside some of the current Irish internationals and a few select players like myself who've burgled in, playing against the Pakistan 11 that's full of some of the best Pakistani players living in the UK and Ireland. Should be good fun. 100-ball contest. But I'll be keeping more than one eye on what is a gigantic blow from Iftikhar Ahmed. It goes all the way downtown for 6. It goes to his career best. 97 he is now. Aryan Bogan says, you look sad, sir. Yeah, a little bit sad at the way in which Pakistan are proving devastating at the death. But Iftikhar Ahmed, my hat comes off to him because Nepal are being blitzed away here. Himanshu Joshi saying he can't watch now. A 91-meter 6. It was into the slot and nailed out of the park as the runs are just coming ever so quickly. Tabrej Alam says, it's so sad to see this. Kiran Ayal says, hello. Nice to hear from you. Gawan says, Nira Hareni Hunsa Kalu Abba. I don't speak Nepali that well, so I can't Can't answer that. 8 balls left. Karen KC pulls out of his run-up. Things have gone a little bit awry, haven't they? Now for Nepal, they've had their moments, but ultimately Pakistan, the number one side in the world, have just pulled away. That 94 that Iftikhar Ahmed made against New Zealand, which was his previous best, came in Karachi in 2023. It came off 72. It's 97 against Nepal, has come off 66. Another wide, the pressure really telling on Karen KC. The heat is telling, and with 8 deliveries left, Pakistan, maybe even thinking of 350 now. This partnership's worth 200, 202 off 128 balls. And my, oh my, how they're ruining that drop catch of Babar Azam now. Himanshu's asking where was Gulshan Jan, the middle overs, good question. Sachit Lama says this is slipping away, but it's not over till it's over. Come on, Nepal. That's going to be 100. A maiden international century, and doesn't he love it, Iftikhar Ahmed? Just a couple of days shy of his 33rd birthday. He's played an innings for the ages of the highest quality. It's come off 67 balls with strokes all around the ground, 10 fours and 4 sixes. And what a knock. 7 balls left in the innings. He's taken the game away from Nepal. Pakistan, the world's number one side, they're looking ever so good now for a big, big win to get the Asia Cup going with a bang. And Himanshu saying, I just cannot watch this now. Rupesh Adhikari says 30 overs in. We had the game in our hands. What's happened in the last 19? Sharad, great to see you, mate. Hopefully I'll catch up with you on the live stream after game 1. And what a knock it's been. Final ball of Karen KC's spell. Just going to be a single. 331. My prediction of 318 was off the mark, wasn't it? So 1 over to go. 331 for 4. Probably going to be Sampal Kami to bowl it. 350 maybe on the cards. What a finish. Somebody just asked me about the score after 30 overs. Good question. Let's go back and have a look. It certainly feels like Pakistan have just changed this game in a heartbeat. Well, after 30 overs, it was 139 for 4. So they have just smashed it everywhere to put on, well, the best part of 219 overs. And with 1 over to go, we've got 1 over left to this live stream before we let you and bid you farewell. 331 for 4, Pakistan, taking this game away from Nepal, who've had their moments. They've shown what they can do. Sampal Kami it will be. And the boundaries are flying everywhere. This time, Gulshan Jah can't quite cut it off inside the rope. Kami, he's gone for 78. He still has 5 balls left to bowl, and the Pakistan fans are losing their minds. Nice to see you, Sharad. And nice to hear from Nishal, from Diparshan, from Sandeep, from Prasan. He says Andrew would be crying if he was there in Pakistan. I wouldn't be crying. It's only a game of cricket at the end of the day, but it's great to see Nepal get there and make their Asia Cup debut. Punch down the ground this time. Should be a couple because of the misfield. Yeah, Sandeep Jora, who's on as a subfielder. Pressure is told on Nepal. Rups Paudel says, I'm very upset with Nepal's fielding. Dil Ranabat asked, what could have been done better for Nepal? Well, look, I think there's a few things that they'll look back on regret with. Primarily their fielding. Their bowling has held up pretty well throughout the majority of this first innings, particularly the first 30 overs. But it's just fallen away from them now in the last 10 or 15. This was always... Oh, 4 balls left. What can they get to? 337 for 4, the score now. Kami still coming around the wicket to Iftikhar. Into the hitting arc, and there's a man out of deep backward square leg. Well placed, so it'll just be a single now. 3 balls to go. Pakistan well above par here, you'd think, although it's a very flat wicket, small boundaries, and hopefully Nepal will have their moments with the bat. They had their moments with the ball, but not enough. Gul says a great century from both Babar and Iftikhar. Nepal must not be demotivated. They're learning the skills from Pakistan. I'd agree with that. They have to work on their fielding. That's probably the big disappointment for me. Usually Nepal's fielding so good. They had 2 excellent runouts, but outside of that, the runs have come too easily. Could be a chance, and it is taken. Babar Azam's run out of steam. Sampal Kami does get a bit of relief. It's the subfielder, Sundeep Jora, who takes the catch. And just something for Nepal to take in. A 5th wicket to cheer. It was into the slot, to be honest. It was there to be hit, but Babar Azam, he's out on his feet. He's that tired, and he's going to get a standing ovation from everyone of the sold-out Multan crowd. But Nepal have a 5th wicket. Yeah, it was into the slot, wasn't it? But a good catch held by Sundeep Jora down at long off. So any final questions before we let you go? We're going to wrap up this live stream in just 2 balls. Pakistan 338 for 5. Well above par, well above expectations. And the crowd favourite certainly is Pakistan's captain, the #1 ranked in the world, who scores his second 150-plus score, makes 151 off 131 balls, gets an ovation from everyone in and around the Multan Stadium. 14 fours, 4 sixes, including 3 consecutive maximums. Sunil Ale asking, if our batters play all 50 overs, can Nepal chase down this total? Well, stranger things have happened. It's a game of cricket after all. Nishal says it's batting-friendly conditions. Pat on the back from Babar. For Babar from all of his teammates. Just 2 deliveries left. It's going to be Shadab Khan, the vice-captain, into the crease, who will look to profit from these final 2 deliveries. Oh, and he starts beautifully. Ramped around the corner. Going to be a boundary from his first ball. Pakistan move into the 340s. And with just 1 delivery left, it's been a chasing experience these last 20 overs for Pakistan. The runs have come so frequently. And that partnership for the 5th wicket was worth 214, and it came in a fraction over 20 overs. And that has changed the game and taken away from Nepal. Here comes the final ball of the innings. Kami to Shadab. Bowls him around his legs. So something for Nepal to take in, just the smallest hint of momentum in that final over with 2 wickets from the last 3 balls. But that is going to wrap it up for the first innings, giving Pakistan a daunting total of 342 for 6 from their 50 overs. Little moment of joy for Sampal Kami, the perfect block hole Yorker, right up towards the leg stump, and the bails come flashing. So that's going to wrap up the live stream. Guys, it's been great to be with you from the Phoenix Cricket Club here in Dublin in Ireland. I'll be watching on the second innings, and I will see you again on Monday. I think it's Monday, isn't it, for the India clash from Dambulla. Let's hope that Nepal's batters can do themselves justice. I'll run through the card quickly. Fakhar Zaman making 14. Imam ul Haq run out for 5 by Rohit Paudel. Babar Azam with his second career 150 plus, 151, although he was dropped on 55 by Karen KC. Mohammad Rizwan made 44 before being incredibly run out by Dipender Singh Airi. 5 for Aga Salman, dismissed by Sandeep Amachani, and 109 not out for Iftikhar Ahmed. If anything, the innings of the day so far that's got the Asia Cup underway with the bang. Nepal are smiling as they walk off, but they'll have a very tall task. They'll need the best part of 7 runs per over. Keep watching the Star Sports live coverage, and I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day. Thanks so much for joining live here on YouTube and live too on Facebook. We'll see you again soon.